when Austin and them came to me about playing T2, I was just like, I didn't really understand it because I didn't really know what it was because obviously I hadn't played on one before.
We made the decision to not have a cymbal line this year and instead to march another drum voice. I decided to build an instrument called a T2, and that came from it's the second tenor line essentially. That's where the T2 came from.
T2 is basically if you were to take drum set and putting it in a marching format. Because you have a cymbal stack, what we call drum one, which is like a high tom, and then a low tom or a floor tom that has dampening in it. So it doesn't ring as much.
They're used in a lot of different ways, and that's been one of the coolest things of having the T2 is the multiple uses that they have. They open a lot of doors to be, you know, a impact kind of instrument or a, you know, little textural changes with the cymbals. We use some of these mounts on the low drum, give it a really nice full tone. And then also with the high drum, they can play some more technical passages.
We're the same idea as like a cymbal line. We're really visual and textural. We have triangles that are mounted in a little plate back here. So like in our second movement, we're running behind the whole ensemble playing triangles, or in the first movement, we do this pass through with the snares when they're playing like a little feature, and we're just like this crescendo texture. So we're really just used to build upon the ensemble. Mentally, marching T2, since it hasn't been done before, adds, I think, to the overall attitude of the line. So like the T2 line, like we call ourselves the sauce line, and like we feel that, like we feel like we're really cool and that like we can be a little bit cockier on the floor because, I don't know, we're doing something that hasn't really been seen before.
From the local shows that we've gone to, there's definitely a bunch of high school kids already hyped up about the things. You know, they look pretty wild from up top, and they make some cool sounds together.
I guess from the start of the season, it was like kind of us having to prove ourselves. But I feel like that's something that we've had to overcome, and I think we really have, is just being a legitimate part of the line and really pushing through and showing people that we can be just as cool or just as insane as anybody else.
I've had somebody in the ensemble came up to me and said, yo, a lot of the kids that I went to high school with saw y'all and like really hyped about it. And I was like, why is that? And they were like, because it's like marching drum set. It's like really cool that they get to see something that they could do in a bigger ensemble that like pushes the ensemble a little bit more in a musical side of things.
The four guys we have right now they can all drum. They're not in any way lesser of percussionists than the rest of the battery, and we've made sure that their experience has been just at that, where they really had the same attention and time put into their instrument than as to the rest of the section. So it's really become something that is less of an afterthought and something that is just as present in the battery as the snares, quads, and basses. So it's been something that'll bring more kids into auditions, I think, that maybe feel like they're not totally ready to march another instrument or feel like they're worried about it. It looks a little bit more like a fun experience just because there's more bells and whistles going on. I think it's going to help grow the battery a lot, bring in some people that just want to be here and do whatever they can to be in the ensemble and have a good time playing these.
I mean, our plan is to keep doing it over the next couple of years and see how it goes. It's been pretty cool.
Word.